So many human beings trying to reach out to God, and they think God is this enormous, enormous level of intelligence. And it's not personal, but it is. And the personal part is the fact that you are part of this enormous intelligence. You're an integral part. That's the message. It really is. How can you put this into a practical manner, a practical way? Dear ones, you only have certain ways of linear communication. You can only do certain kinds of things that are meaningful to you. We could speak all day about the many parts of you and the soul on the other side of the veil. The very veil itself is mysterious. Where is it? How is it? And so we say to you that there's one thing that is a commonality that sails across the veil. And that one thing has some parts to it. The one thing, of course, is love. Compassion is part of that, and if you put the complement of what goes with compassion, it's joy. And if you look at joy, there has to be laughter. And so one of the best things you can do to break through the veil, to break the ice of what is what and how it works, is to sit down and be joyful. To take a deep breath and smile and know you are loved and that there's a hand up there in metaphors in your brain. See it, perhaps, as part of you reaching down to shake hands with you. And as you do this, you're smiling. You're not in need. You're not pleading. You're not suffering. The God help me in fear is a bubble you're not going to get out of. Do you realize this? You make the veil thicker when you fear what's going on. But if you have the wisdom within all that's happening in your life to sit down and smile and feel the joy and the comfort that God knows who you are and Spirit knows that there is no accident that you're even sitting there. And then you realize there's a system. I'm in it. I'm part of it. It's me. I don't understand it. But everything on the other side of the veil is benevolent and knows what's going on. And as you put your hand through that veil metaphorically, you can laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Enjoy that there are answers and solutions, something bigger than you can imagine, and the veil suddenly gets so thin because you have the compassion of understanding and the joy and the wisdom to laugh. Greatest spiritual leaders on this planet, greatest ones, are known to laugh a lot. Think back. No matter what they suffered eventually, the teaching was joyful. And so the message then gets even more complex. For now we ask you for wisdom. Wisdom to drop an old consciousness that asks for help. You can say to Spirit, dear Spirit, tell me what it is I need to know, and laugh the whole time, knowing you don't know anything. But you're going to receive that which you need. Good enough, isn't it? What if Spirit only doles out what you need as you need it? Is it good enough for you? Or is there a linear thing that says I have to have a storehouse before I'm happy? The definition of abundance is that your needs are taken care of every moment that you need it. That you don't need to know what's happening tomorrow, or that there's going to be something there for you tomorrow. There will be. We said it before, the the metaphor, the epitome, the history of this is the Israelites in the desert fed every morning for 40 years. And it's an interesting metaphor, is it not? That the generations that came, even though they were fed every morning, at some time during the day there was fear of whether they would be fed the next morning. It's so human, is it not? I'm going to ask you to drop that. How much love do you have to have before you realize it's always there? How many answers and synchronicities do you have to have before you realize that's the system? It's time for humanity, especially old souls and light workers, to stop fearing the future. To understand that this system is forever.